So just give me a second. Well, yeah, everything seems to be right in the order, but I gotta do something. There we go. Anyways, time to continue where we left off. The first order of business is intelligence sharing and effective reasoning based on the available information.
나와 팀원들은 발표실로 향하는 통로에서 습격을 당했지.
My team and I were attacked in the hallway connected to the conference hall.
그놈은
That guy was,
그냥
and I'll be straight
단도직입적으로
with you guys,
말할게.
super
엄청
duper
강했어.
strong. Let's say very strong then.
말벌 그 자식이
I
자리만
would
안
have stood my ground if
비웠어도
only Hornet, that
붙어보긴
dumbass,
했었는데.
were here. By Hornet, you are referring to.
우리 막내인데
Did you know of our
진짜
team?
세긴
Like,
하거든.
he's really
얼마나
strong.
세냐면
He's so strong that
내가 예전에
I've got it.
말아.
There was this time when I what was it
빵이었던
again?
것 같은데
Some
아무튼
kind of
그걸
pastry, I
먹으려고
think.
접시에
Oh,
걸어놨는데
got some bread
말벌
to
그
snack on
자식이
later.
아니
That split
잠깐
second,
등
my back was
돌렸는데
turned.
그대로
Hornet the asshole
집어먹은
swapped it right off my foot.
확 열이 받아서 그대로 명치
So
주먹을
myself,
탁
I punched him right in the
꽂았지.
solar
먹은 거
plexus to get it,
뱉어내라고.
to cough it up.
근데
And he just went, oof,
그냥
and swallowed my bread
이러더니
anyway. Like,
아무렇지도
that doesn't
않게
make any
빵을
sense to you
꿀떡
guys.
삼키는 거 있지? 이게 뭐
Yeah, okay, I guess that
모르겠지만
makes him strong.
강하신가 보네요.
Even all those Ezra's anecdote wasn't very illuminating. None of us bothered to ask for further clarification. It's as though it seemed that the only way to get an exact measure of the Hornet's strength is to let her punch of us in the solar plexus as well.
그래서 그분은
So what's this
지금
Hornet up
어디
to now?
계시는데요?
Ishmael picked around as though she was expecting it to pop from hiding spot in the broadcast selector.
그게 말이지.
Oh, you're going to lose your mind when you hear this. Listen up.
무려
Listen, what's he's?
아직 에즈라.
Not yet, is
무려 비
is a secret. It's classified stuff. Ezra trailed off awkwardly.
나는 관찰과 추리를
Let to
통해
analyze my
적을
enemies with
파악하는
observation
편이다.
and deduction.
어떤 무기를 쓰는지,
Try to
어떤
identify
방식을
their
사용하는지,
unique colors, kind of
사격을
weapons they
즐기는지
use, the
피하는지,
methodologies,
어떤
whether
마음가짐으로
they enjoy the
전투에
slaughter
임하는지에
or
대한
avoid it,
모든 색깔.
their attitudes towards battle, all of it.
이를 파고들면 반격할 수 있는 적절한
Once I
시점을
have that, I
알게
can get an idea
되면
of
약점을 짐작할
to
수
begin
있게
my
되지.
counterattack, or
그런
what kind of
식으로
weaknesses of
얼추 길을 열
theirs
수
I can
있어.
exploit. That's how I've usually opened my path forward.
하지만 그자는
But he just inhaled sharply as though she missed her smoking pipe, which is nowhere to be seen at this moment.
모든 것이 난잡해 어떠한 패턴도 읽을 수 없었다.
It was chaotic. I could not identify a single pattern in his behavior.
그놈은
He is an
껍데기다.
empty shell.
사람을 죽일 때
His act of killing lacks any
어떠한
emotional
감정도
touch,
담겨 있지 않지. 그러니
and that is why
무엇도
you
읽을
couldn't
수
get a read on him.
없었을 거다. 반대로 너는
On the other hand, you
너무나
appear so
선명히
clearly to me.
보이는군. 어지간히도
You're so anxious to
뭔가를
cut so
배우고 싶은
Gunzak down. Is that correct?
산산조각
You are
났지만
broken, shattered. Every
그
shard
파편
is keen and
하나하나가
transparent,
예리하고
like a hell's smart blades.
투명하네. 끊어내고 싶으면서도
Glass like
끊어낼 수
sword of
없어서
many edges, so
더
fragile when its
가려내지는
futile
유리와
wishes to sever
같은 검.
away what cannot be severed.
그 상처투성이 손이
What is it that you grab so
뭘
tightly
그렇게
in
죽어
this
있는
scarred
거지?
hand of yours?
너 이 새끼
Little shit.
멋대로
What are you
뭘 보고
peeking
있는
into?
거냐?
팀장님한테
Hey,
호칭이
don't
지금
talk to our team leader. Like, just as Ezra was about to give her a stern warning, Heinheim stepped in and changed the subject.
덧붙이자면 나와 여기
To add
있는
that,
마트는
Martin
실험실
here
앞에
and I were
있었네.
at the front of the laboratory when it occurred.
처음 시작은
At
바람
first-
소리였지. 아주 거대한 것이 공기를 타고 날아오는 소리가 들렸네. 정교한
Business
기계들과
began with the sound of
격리식에
flushing
즐겨 있는 이
something
곳에서는
large and heavy, flowing
들려서는
through the
안 될
air.
소리였지.
The kind of sound one should never expect to come from a department like ours. So full of delicate machinery and tin units.
제 바로 앞이었습니다.
happened right before my
저와 한
eyes.
걸음
Something
차이로
snapped the
걷고 있었던
employee who was walking
직원
only a step ahead of
부담감이
me
났는데
in half.
순간적으로 그런 생각이
And the
들었죠.
first thing that came to my mind
한
was
상체가 탈출한 걸까?
this. Did an abnormally reach containment?
하지만 정말 격리실에서 탈출이
But
일어난
if there was such a case, the alarm should
경고음이
have gone off.
울려야죠.
알리사 씨가 말해준
So
것과
far, this
동일하게
tracks with what Miss Elias told us.
어떤 전조
She
증상도
said
없이
there wasn't any warning at
습격이
all for the
일어났다고.
attack.
자세히 보니
Once I got a
거의 한
better look at
상체도
what this
조금
was, I realized that it was neither a lamellari particular
거대한
nor
칼집이
distortion. It was a massive scabbard.
그리고 칼집이 날아온
When I looked toward where the
칼집을
scabbard
던진
came,
것으로 추측되는 제가
said a man who presumably threw
태어난
the weapon,
표정으로 책을 읽고
reading a
있었습니다.
book like he was out on a stroll.
그 책은
And the book was
마티아스.
Matthias. He must have
그놈의
written the book of his
안가품
inventions.
범지의
First the thumb,
중지라.
and now the middle.
수초 동안 멍하니 보고 있었는데
I stared at him,
팀장님이 저를
stood
잡아끌었습니다.
processing what had just happened. When boss grabbed my arm and started running,
뒤를 다시 돌아보지는
I couldn't look
못했어요.
back. I heard screaming from dozens
심장이
of people.
빈멍을 찌르는
But
소리가 들렸지만
필요
he
이상으로 설명이
seemed to be
길고
fond of
진행은
recounting unnecessary details.
이곳
Only
방송
after
섹터
arriving
안까지
here at the
들어온
broadcast
이후에
sector did I remember
의사
that at
생각이
least was still out there.
목숨이 위급할 때 뇌는
When one's life
생존을
is at
위해 최소한의
risk,
정보만
when it
전달하는
instinctively reduces the
당연한
processing of
증상이지.
information to the bare minimum required for survival is only natural.
하지만 그 연구
But I was the
계획서를 마지막으로
last person
관리하던
who
건
handled that
저였으니까요.
research proposal. Thus,
알리사도 원래는
wish I should have
발표실에
been at the
있었어야
conference hall
했어요.
too with us.
저희랑 같이요.
있잖아.
I
그런 걸
listened.
일일이
We're gonna look back and
따지다가는
nitpick
진짜
at
남아있는 게
at
없을 것
literally every
같거든.
little thing you did in the past. We're gonna be here forever.
너무 뻔한 위로 같긴
I know it
하지만
might sound like a bit of an
앞으로
empty
무엇을 할 수
platitude, but
있을지부터 생각해
focus on what we
보자.
can do right now. We're gonna do what we're gonna do forward. Okay? You'll have time for regrets later.
아, 그렇네요.
I suppose so.
저희 팀장님을
You
한
did
차례
save my boss once,
구해주시기까지
so
했는데
I guess it's only right that I should have more faith
다른
in
사람도
people
아니고
than anyone
제가
else.
여러분들을 못 믿어서는 안 되겠죠.
그 또한 실험의
I would like to
일환이었다고
clarify that the
반박하지만
saving was but a part of the
시간이 없으니
experiment.
넘어가도록 하지.
Well, given the urgency, I will forgo a more detailed explanation.
각자의 상황 설명은 끝난 것 같으니
Okay, we're all caught up
지금까지
then,
확인된
right?
정보를 공유해 보도록
Good now.
할게.
Share what we know. Let's just begin laying out the situation with the expertise befitting a leader of the LCD.
오늘 이곳 본사 지하에
Today's
있는
intruder-
연구소에
Today,
침입자들이
intruders attacked the
습격하였다.
LCD department. Situated in the basement of HQ.
LC 전 구역이
We
통제불능이
lost control of the entire
이것을
LCD
제외한 모든 섹터가
facility. And save for our
각각 하나
current
혹은 둘의
location,
습격자에
every
의해
sector has been
무력화되었지.
neutralized by a single pair of intruders.
정상적인 의사소통이
Any
가능한
survivors who
정도로
were
생존해
conscious
있는
enough to communicate
이곳에
properly is
모인
already.
숫자가 전부. 그 이후에는
After the attack,
격리실까지
every
감지기가
containment unit was also forcibly
밖은
locked,
더욱 혼란스러운
adding
상태.
even more fuel to the fire.
사면 초가요.
Fire beset by foes on every
밝히될
side.
곳을
Search for the
찾는 일은
foothold in a difficult.
어디를 가든 쉽지가
It's a
않고.
difficult one indeed.
에이, 여기 감시
If I
카메라만
only
전부
those
보시만
these
있어도
surveillance cameras were
그놈들이
busted,
지금 어디에
we'll
있는지
be able to
정도
keep
볼수
track of their
있을 텐데.
whereabouts.
여러 번 말하는
As
중이지만
a repeated
고치려고
many times
시도
today,
중일세.
we are attempting to bring it back to operational status. We
의도적으로
speak of
끊어진
restoring the
전력을
sabotage
복구시키는
power unit like
것이
it's task as
마치
simple as
안경을
wiping one's
닫는
glasses.
것처럼 쉽게 말하는군.
지금 가장 필요한 정보는 두
More
가지.
than anything, we need these two pieces of information at the present.
침입자가 누구인가?
One,
그리고
who the
무엇을 위해
attackers.
LC에
Two,
침입했는가?
what a projector brought them to LCE.
우리가 마주한 자는 그저
Then we encountered seemed to have a
명령받은 대로
one-track
사람을
mind,
죽이는 것에만
really set on
활용이
killing as ordered.
되었었지. 하지만 목적을 단순 습격 후 살인으로
But there
두기에는
are far too many
미심쩍은
threads
점이 많다.
that point toward a motivation more complex than infiltrates a facility and slaughters its employees with abandon. Moses' deduction aligned with Otis's as if assailant's goal was truly nothing more than a slaughter. The force order of action should have been to unlock the continuing units.
침입자의 정체는
Intruders are, yes,
그래
I have enough evidence to get a
대략적인
general idea of whom they
유추할
might be.
단서가 모였다.
설명해보게.
Do elaborate.
붉은 시선을 붙잡았다던
There's the fountain
엄지아비라고
stronger,
불리는
who's stalling direct gaze.
그리고
Then there's the member of the
연구원들을
middle,
습격한
who attacked the
중지
researchers.
시체로 된
And we've seen
인형까지
evidence of the
물어보아
brain's vault
그
too,
솜씨는
given the
아마도
presence of
약지
corporate
쪽이겠지.
mannequins.
최소로 잡아도 손가락 2개 이상의
At
조직이
least two or
혼재된
more fingers are
상황이라고
involved in
볼수
this attack.
있겠군.
뭔지
The thumb, the
흑운의
vowel curve,
우두머리 짓을 한 것들도 이곳에.
Sorry. The Kurokuma clan cells are here.
허나
Yet it's quite
이상하군.
odd, Lady
모두
Moses.
셋이
Are the figures not hostile against one another?
손가락 걸기 따위로 치고받고
those-
싸우지
Those
않고서야
have no business coming
하물며
within even a
같은
sleep
목표로
of
움직인다니.
each other. Save when they're compelled to attend assemblies such as the Finger Bobel, where they're oft quarrel to at no end.
그래. 그러니 역으로 판단하자면
Correct. Consider
꽤
this from
중요한
the opposite
목적에 있어서
perspective.
각
Must be
손가락 간부들이
something of
특수하게
enough
모였다
importance for
봐야겠지.
the officers of each finger to put aside their differences and work hand in hand.
거미
Spiders,
혹은
or the
거미집의
nurse
아비.
fathers of the house spiders.
그들은 그렇게
That's what they're
불린다.
called.
그리고 우리는 이미
But we just
그들이
snared
펼쳐둔
ourselves into the
거미집에
web they
걸린
spun.
상태지. 손가락은
The fingers
서로의 영역을
rarely ever
침범하지
cross the
않기
line
위해
they drop
선을
between
그어둔다.
each other. Strange
지금처럼 엉켜 있는
entanglement
일은
certainly is a
드물어.
deviation.
아비들이라
His father's
그치 뭐.
was it?
의미 없이
Seems like a
붙여지진
terribly
않았을
meaningful
테지.
title to me.
거미집이란 곳은
Then it came to
무언가를
presume that the
기르는
House of Spiders is a place to raise
각
something or
손가락의
someone
간부급이
to have
모여서
Now, such high-ranking
양육이라는
officers of
행위를
each may be
한다.
gathered at one place to nurture someone.
말이 안 되나 싶지만
One might think it
그
hardly
목적이
makes any
범상치
sense,
않을 만큼
and indeed it doesn't.
역설적으로
But what if their
그들이 모일
purpose
당위성을
itself
보충하고
is just as outrageous? That would paradoxically explain how they've come together.
료슈라 했던가?
Well, she was it?
그것과 얽혀 있는 것으로
tied to that
보이는데.
place.
뭘, 원, 아이.
IKWYW. Oops, sorry.
아, 이건
she
뭘
just, I know what
원하시는지.
you want.
괜찮다.
No, they
줄여 말해도
have to
파악할
extend
수
it,
있으니.
understand abbreviations.
하지만 나도 내가
But I
아는
can't
것을
tell you what
표현할
I
수가
know
없고
because
정보와 기억
this is all
전부
broken.
깨져
The
있겠지.
place memories
내게
attached to it.
보이는
I
것처럼
can see how they shattered.
모든 것을
You
기억해낼
don't have to
필요는
recall
없어.
everything. All I
내가
need to
제일
know is
궁금한
what
건
the outrageous
그
purpose
범상치
is.
않은
What is
목표.
it?
나,
Me.
나를 무엇이든
Force
배는
me to
검으로
play that cuts through
만들어내는
all.
것. 그리고 나는
But I left that place behind. But can you tell us anything more? Shame, but that's all I have.
아쉽지만 여기까지군 시계. 말하기 어렵다.
I don't remember much more than that.
말할 수
Even if I
있었어도
did, it's not an easy thing to
말하기
speak of.
쉽지 않아.
Ryoshu let a protracted sigh, just as Moses did earlier, the long exaltation of someone who quickly craved a puff of smoke. It's portrayed the aloofness she projected. Come to think of it, Ryoshu hasn't been smoking at all since we got here, or maybe since the truck.
시계.
Clock.
저자가
Like she
말한
said,
것처럼
and like what you see,
그리고 네가
my
본
mind is a mess.
것처럼 나 역시 내 스스로
I have questions of my
궁금한
own,
게
but the
있지만
answers elude me.
알아낼 수 없지. 그러나 아까처럼
Maybe
내
the
놈의
pieces
뭔가
can be put
짜맞춰진
together
면도
using
하다는
your hints,
생각이
like the one
들었다.
you gave me earlier.
그러니 같이 풀어내야 한다.
So we have to solve this
이
together,
퍼즐,
this puzzle, or this game
혹은
of escape.
방탈출을.
Ryoshu muttered placidly.
거미집의 목표가 너라면
If it is you, the House of Spiders
본사를
wants,
침입할
then I
이유가
must
없을
ask you to
거다.
entertain this question. Why did they bother attacking the HQ? Oh. As this began her explanation, Ryoshu looked in her direction with a lot of amusement.
거미집을 빠져나왔다는
When you
발언은
said you
아마
left the
탈출을
House of Spiders,
의미하겠지.
I presume you meant you escaped it.
손가락 길이의 관계성을
Memories of
고려했을
different
때
fingers are hardly the
사이좋게
kind of people
모여있을
to
위인들이 아닌데도
fraternize
아비들은 너를 잃은
even on a good
이후로도
day.
거미집이란
But this
단체를
alliance of
유지했다.
sorts they call the House of Spiders has
단편적으로만
persisted
본다면
even after your
네
departure.
복귀를 기다렸을
At a
수도
glance,
있어.
it may only appear that they were simply waiting for your return.
하지만 오늘의 행동들을
But given
보아서
their behaviors here,
그렇게
they don't
인내심이
strike me
가득한
as a
자들로
particularly
보이지도
patient
않는다.
group as a whole.
이제야 모습을 드러냈다는
In other
것이
words, I
수상하다.
find it suspicious that they decided to act
자들이
now.
절박했다면
If they were desperate,
벌써
it would have made
움직여야
this move a long ago.
이건
This leads
때를
you to
기다린
believe that
거라는 생각이
they were waiting
든다.
for the right time.
료슈, 너를 되찾든 그게 아닌 뭔가
Whichever is their motive, Ryoshu,
지금이
whether it is
그들을
getting you
움직일
back
때가 된
or
세다.
doing something else, the fact remains that they have chosen this particular moment to act.
저희가 만난 거미집의 아비는 료슈 씨가 이곳
There's the
본사 용소로
nurse
올
father
수
of the
있도록
house spider,
길을
of the house of
비켜줬어요.
spiders we encountered. She made way for us so that Ryoshu could come to the HQ research facility.
그분이 료슈 씨에게 내비친
She harbored such
복잡한
complicated feelings for Ryoshu,
하나같이
but
강렬했지만 그럼에도
I
료슈
don't
씨를
think I got
죽이거나
any sense that she was
데려가려는
trying to
듯한
kill or
행동은
take Ryoshu.
조금도 보이지 않았던 것 같아요.
아비들이 이곳에서 날 기다리고
But she said
있다고
that the
한 걸
mercenaries were
보면
waiting for me here.
나를 보러 온 건 맞다.
Clearly, they're here to see
글자 탐정.
weirdo detective.
너 자꾸
Alright.
말을
Alright, you,
야,
hey, what the
뭐야?
hell's your problem?
진정하게 저들의
Be
대화를
calm,
막지 않는 게
please.
좋네.
It is best that we do not interrupt your conversation.
필시
It is interesting dialogue shall
답을
define
떠올리겠지.
𝓤𝓷𝓽𝓙. Unless there's
게임을
stem
끊지 않아야
discourse.
할 것이네.
너를 자극하기 위해
It's a fair
거미집의
assumption that the
아기들이
nurse fathers of the
습격했다는
House of
추측은
Spiders
합당하지만
jack this place to provoke you. However,
당장의 목적은
I can't
따로
seem to
있다는
shake the
생각을
thought
지울
that
수가
they must have a distinct objective.
묘슈라는 인물만을
If they were
노리고자
indeed
했다면
after Ryoshu and only
이곳과
Ryoshu, then
지금이
choosing this
섞이는
specific
나뉘잖아.
time and place hardly seems to serve that purpose. The intervals between each of the sinners are different, but once a sinner turn ends, another begins, every single time, without failure. This case has everything to do with Ryoshu, I believe without a shred of doubt. That's it, it's her. Once the sinners relayed my words, Moses fell into brief contemplation and began to mutter a sequence of words.
Limbus Company,
Limbus Company, the mirror, the glass window, former El Capistrano, ego, Ethicin, Fragments, the Mallards, Monolith, Sinner, Ryoshu.
이건 LCA
I can't think of too many things the LC research facility that could be what the Spiders is after.
당장 쓸 수 없는
By the
정보를
process of
모두
elimination, the
제외하면
only reasonable answer that can be
추측할 수
produced
있는
is as
모든
follows.
목적 중 황금가지.
They're here for the golden bows. So that's how it is.
있는 것인가?
Moses is right. It's become very important for us to look into Ryoshu's past, the region, and see what lies there. But LCP's goal, its journeys, and its stories have always been bound to the same terminus, obtaining the golden bows. Hodenheim, where are the golden bows in the facility located?
관리자님께서
Manager would like to know where the location of the golden bows are.
이곳의 실험실에
It's at a laboratory in this facility. Hodenheim gazed toward to me. Perhaps he was looking at the clock hands on my head.
그래.
Very well.
발표
I suppose there's no way around sharing the contents of our presentation. Hodenheim's answer sounded more like a prolonged sigh.
그건
It was a presentation regarding our practice of the golden bow experimentation.
그리고 그 발표가
At the
공개될 수
limited
있는
group
인원은
of individuals with the clearance to access the contents of that
지금
presentation
사람들은
does not
LCB
include members of the
포함되지 않았어.
LCB. Or might be the ones risking their necks out there to collect these bows. Conquer will not allow to.
보안의 범위를
I'm not
결정하는
the
건
ones who
내가
decided
하네.
the scope of our security.
호엔하임 씨가 우려하는
Hodenheim,
무엇인지는
your concern is
알고
understandable.
있습니다. 회사는 황금가지에 대한 정보의
The
공개를
company maintains tight control over any information regarding the golden bows.
혹여 회사의 동의 없이
There is no way to
정보를
know at this
추구했을
moment what the
경우
consequences of leaking this
어떤
information
조치가
without the
내려올지는
company's consent
한쪽으로 쌀수
instead
없습니다.
might be. The worst comes to worst, we may even be subject to a memory lock procedure.
지금
Unbelievable.
같은 비상 상황에서
Or stopped by
일단
some
걱정부터 해야
red tape by an a circumstance like this?
비밀스럽고 수상쩍은
What do you expect
뭘
from a company
바라는
practical built on secrecy and suspicion?
그럼 감안한다고 생각하고
Anyways, assuming the risk of divulging this information are understood, that's by all parties present. Let me get straight to the point. The golden bows we were experimenting with grafting the retrieved bows onto one another.
가지를 접목한다는
Grafting the
것은
bows.
한 그루의 나무로
And what's the
만들겠다는
purpose to
것인가?
combine the bows to form a singular tree?
연구자 앞에서는
Nothing
두루뭉술을
says by
만들
fellow
수도
researchers,
없겠군.
I suppose.
맞네.
Correct.
특수한 환경에서
We were
황금
incubating
가지를
golden bows
변화시켜
under a very special environment to create a sapling.
묘목을
We haven't
만드는
yet
중이라.
managed to graft them
아직은 한
them
그루로
together
완전하게
to a proper tree.
접목시키지는 못했지만
No. But that horizon is on sight.
그 실험의 성과를 사내의 주요
Today was the
관계자들과
day that we were supposed to share
공개할
the
예정인
success of our
것이다.
experiment with certain major
이런 사고가
characters and teams within the company until this happened.
황금가지는
The golden bows are at the
시험실에
laboratory.
있더라.
그럼 실험실에서 황금가지를 먼저
And we have to get to the
찾아내는
laboratory
게
before they do
급선무겠네요.
secure the golden bows.
하지만
But we can't just watch out on our own team. On our own when this whole place might be calling with enemies, right? Is there any way we can get in touch with the HQ right now?
본사의 지원 요청은
HQ
들어간다.
even received your support requests?
1시간 전에
We did send a rescue signal to HQ an hour ago, but we have no way of knowing whether it was received. The attackers destroyed all our outgoing transmitters earlier.
신호만 들어갔다면
As long as they received a signal, any signal, it shouldn't take long until they recognize the LCA is under attack by an overwhelming force.
LCA가 지원을
Assuming that the LCA has sent us support units, we do have an estimate of how long it might take for them to arrive. Even if they have to navigate around inaccessible passages currently present in the facility,
10분 이내일 것입니다.
it should be no more than 10 minutes. 10 minutes?
10분이라면
They should have been here
이미
by now
도착하고도
already.
남았을 텐데.
신호를 받지 못했거나
They have either failed to receive the
엘리베이터가
transmission,
중단에 작동을
or the
멈추
power outage has trapped
멈췄을 수도
the
있겠죠.
reinforcements in the elevators. Yeah, if it weren't for Mr. Sod bringing us up to speed, we could have thought of using the back door to come straight to this facility.
그런 거라면 통제실에서
If
전력
such is
공급만
the case, then we need to
해결될
only
걸세.
reboot the power divider in the facility management room.
어이 척척 박사.
I am Mr. Big Brain. If we want to restore the department from a shutdown state, we gotta take out all the social abnormalities centered about, right?
완벽히
We want to
복구하기
perfectly
위해서는
restore the
그렇다고
facility.
봐야겠죠.
Yes, this place has been designed to
이곳은
quarantine,
홀대한 상처가
to be
하나라도
quarantined from every other
펼쳐지고
department if
다른
even a
곳으로
single
갈수 있는
abnormality
모든
has escaped to its
방법을
hallways.
만들어
깊이 생각해봤자
It's no use sitting around putting our heads together then, right? Hey, if you guys are scared of some abnormality or destruction, leave it to us. We'll kick their butts.
무섭다고는 한마디도
Nobody
안
said they're
했는데
scared. I'm just saying
좀더
we could
신중하게
benefit
행동해야
from
하는 게
practicing a
어떠냐는
bit of
말이죠.
caution.
역시 전력 수리부터
It would be
하는 게
wiser
제일
to prioritize
현명할
restoring power to the facility. Except that these attackers are mistaking and making effective use of the darkness.
아무래도
I see.
효율적인 작전
Like the
수행을
manager,
위해서
I'm the opinion that we must split our forces in order to effectively operation given the urgency of the situation.
우선순위만을 논하면서
The
시간을
situation looks
낭비하기엔
rather pressing for us to
상황이
sit here.
썩 좋아 보이지
I'm always
않는다.
time debating what to tackle first. Once I nodded in agreement, orders quickly took control of the situation.
지금부터 우리는
Listen
수색
up,
정찰
man.
및
We
탈출을
prepared
준비한다.
for two things. Concepts and extraction.
뭐?
Huh?
나가자고?
Extraction? You mean escape?
LCA 지원이
Assuming
도착할
that the
것이라고
LCA support
가정한다면
will arrive, it
그
will serve us
타이밍에
best
맞춰
to
우리도
move in
행동하는 편이
and
유리하다.
with them to improve our chances of
협공의
launching a
가능성이
joint attack
높아지기
and numerous
때문이지.
advantages over our enemies.
또한
Also, we have to stay
상황을
mobile.
보아하니
We have to hold this
이
position
위치에
for too
너무
long.
오래
Our enemies
숨어
will
있었다.
methodically kill and
저는
comb through the
계속해서
entire
이곳을
facility until they
들쑤시며
find
목표를
what they were
달성할
looking
때까지
for.
닥치는 대로
The more
죽이는데
we remain stationary,
우리의
the
위치를
more
고정해
likely
놓는
we
것은
are to encounter
죽을
them.
확률만 늘리는
Not
셈이다.
only elevate the risk of total obliteration.
그건 말 되네.
Makes sense. Besides, others here ain't like us. Once they get killed, it's over for them.
거기에 더해
Another thing, don't forget that we have to reach the golden bells before our enemies do. Whichever we end up prioritizing, we won't get anything done by staying holed up in here.
그래.
I will.
그럼 우리가 다 같이
Very well
나간다
then.
쳤을
We're all
때
to leave this place at the same time. Where should we prioritize? We have many pressing tasks, as you have explained. Golden bow retrieval, facility power restoration.
전력을 복구할
But this facility manager room to
그리고
restore power.
생산된 회로가 있는
To restore
복도는
power.
전부 멀리 떨어져 있어.
and the area with the damage purgatory are located far from each other.
팀을 나눈다.
We divide and conquer.
황금가지의 보호,
From securing the
시설
golden bow
전력의 복구,
and pressing abnormalities.
환상체
to clear
제압을
path
통한
for them.
지원 통로 개척.
Well,
이 막중한 문제들을 동시에 해결하기 위해서
must be resolved.
각각의 걸맞은
I don't know how
팀들이
to say that.
배치되는 것이
And to do so, we must split up into squads based on our expertise.
그래, 뭐 찬성이야. 우리는
Yeah,
따로
buddy.
행동하는 편이 더
You
편하더라.
work better as a separate unit anyway.
황금가지는 우리
The
LCA
LCB will
비서가
in charge of securing the
접근하지.
golden bow as an executive manager here. As
이곳에
its
있는
ability to detect
관리자님께서는
whenever they're in
근처에
proximity to
황금가지가
one of
있으면
them.
바로 알아차릴 수 있고
Ooh, kind of like a metal
그런
detector.
기능인 건가?
How dare you compare the executive manager to him? I'll let that one slide. Given the
촉박하니
urgency.
지금만 넣어. 그리고 환상체나
We
뒤틀
will, we will leave,
최종들의 제압은
we would like to
자기들.
leave the avalanche distortion
LCD
and protect the suppression to the LCD.
좋아,
Gotcha.
전문이지 그건.
That's totally our bread and butter.
이곳에 격리되어 있던
How many difficult
환상체나 뒤틀 중
abnormalities or distortions
까다로운
did you
건
have to
몇
contain?
정도
Did you have contained in this facility?
그렇죠. 당신의
How
정보의
much prowess
실력은
should have
어렵지
no
않게
trouble
제압할
suppressing
수
most of
있을
them?
걸세.
72, however,
하지만 그중
that
일부는
might
많이
pose some trouble.
실험실끼리 통신할 때 쓰던
Take these
초소형 무전기를
communicators with you.
너무
We'll use that
멀면
communicate
신호가 닿지
between
않지만
laboratories.
자네들에게 제압 방법을
While it has some
설명하는
limited
게
range, it should be
쓸만할
useful
거야.
enough to relay the dispersion tactic for each entity you come across.
좋아.
Perfect.
통신도 갖출 수
We
있겠다.
secured a means of communication.
마지막으로 전략 복구는
As for starting project facility, I would like to designate to test the LC's
내부 시설에 대해서는 이곳의 인원 중
Assuming you are the best acquainted with the layout of this facility out of all of us.
합리적이군.
Reasonable choice. The layout of this facility is more complicated than it might have at first appeared to you.
전선들이 제대로 정리가 되지 않아
That is indeed
혼란한
one
상태라
way to describe
저런 식으로
amateur cable
언급하게
management.
되더군요.
Please
그건
consider
멘트로
better
빠진다고 하는
representation of
제안이라고
her.
생각해줬으면 좋겠군.
Hard to say that.
그리고도 안정한 상태일세.
Entropic escalation phenomenon. Despite the way it looks, the setup is quite stable.
좋아. 이걸로 상황을 계속 공유하도록 하지.
Very well. Don't forget to keep each other updated.
잊고 싶던
The crude stench of smoke. I'd much rather leave Bird in the past. He's coming back. Took a bit, but okay. Rajo. Yoshihide, more like Labubu.
잊지 말게. 황금 가지는
Ezra.
있으니 함부로 대하지 말고.
Don't forget, the Godobos are kept within a preservation container. Take extra care when you can handle it.
그래.
Okay.
모두
We've been working our butts off to
황금
achieve
가지를
those shiny
구해야
twigs.
됐는데
Too. We
막대하게
know enough about the dwarf not to throw them around willy-nilly. Ger's comment did nothing to deter Hohenheim, who kept voicing his warning again and again.
그럼 실험실은
Alright, labs that way. The
그쪽이고,
facility manager's room is.
실은
Also, was tracing the available routes to guide the LCD team members who arrived at Moses. While the others crept down the corridor, I looked for any dangers lurking in the shadows.
뭐야?
What was that? There's a wall dropping down. Huh? Wait, watch out, you guys. Order was thrown into complete chaos.
클레어 씨, 이곳으로 오세요.
Glare this way. Huh? I can't. It's too far. Is that one alright?
환성체 탈출
It seems the quarantine system designed for abnormal containment bridges has just been activated. And just as he said, when I looked around, I was close. The wall nearly flat. I was in packets.
간발의
Another breath away
차였구려.
from me. Chat with him.
시
What a W. T. Just when I didn't think it. Just when I think it could get any worse, it did. Waste of time. Where's Fyoshi, by the way?
그런데 류슈 씨는 어디에 계시는 건가요?
Manager Esquire? Where are you? Sinclair and Dugatti were desperately calling out from the other side of the wall.
아,
I think this is the first time we've ever been so completely separated from Dante. Then we can't even afford to get hurt. I don't see any abnormalities around. Now they're taking over the security wall controls too. Effectively forced us to split up.
걱정 마십시오,
Not
관리자님.
to worry, Executive Manager. This is only a minor setback. Allow me to assume command of this unit for the time being. Well, that's the first thing you've worried about? Shouldn't you be more concerned about Dante? This has grown to be quite the predicament. Wonder why I let a heavy sigh.
팀장님,
Oh, you're right, team leader.
괜찮으세요?
그래.
Oh yeah,
다행히도
at least we have no
절단은
injured
없어
among us. After all that planning, we ended up getting separated into completely random teams.
일단
Let's first check what we have on each
파악하자.
side. Okay, it's me, Marcel, Gregor, and Yuseng. Also Yoshi.
여기는
We got the
팀장님이랑
detective, Miss
나랑
Engdu, and
앵두씨랑,
Miss
그리고
me over here on the
저랑
Ishmael,
이스마일
Raja,
씨와
and
노정
me,
씨,
Otis too.
그리고 오티스 씨가 계시네요.
이쪽은
And for us, Martin assisted us team members and the rest.
분명히 무엇인가?
The rest of whom speak as well.
자신보다 능력 있는
At this rate,
사람이
seized by
인정하는
individuals
것이
who speak,
어려운
it's
자들이지만
just difficult to acknowledge it better.
저랑
We
콘크리트가
thank
파우스트가
Yote and
계시네.
Foss. There was no chance we could get security out of our way, even with combined efforts.
안 되는군요.
The mouse keycard doesn't work. Either it should be override. Either should be able to lock down, override the lockdown. But if the LCE wasn't having any luck on their side,
약간의 변동이 생기긴
there has been a minor deviation,
어쩔 수 없을 것
but it
같아.
can't be helped. Advance
작전대로
according to
간다.
plan.
LCD를 포함한
The LCD in this unit, the LCD included will not utilize any units within the facility, one thread at a time.
CCTV를 복구하는
We'll
대로
assist
특수
you
반대를 듣겠습니다.
with finding the trail as soon as we're done. Preparing the security cameras. Acknowledge that LCE and Hong Kong's team was secured the facility management room prior to us restoring power. As for the executive manager team, proceed to the laboratory for the removal.
왜 나는
Figures
제약이야.
I end up in the team joining the fighting. What a pain.
그럼 우리는 먼저
Alright,
이동한다.
off we go.
내가 앞장서도록 하지.
I'll take the lead, the rest of you follow me. And with that Otis and the LCD team footsteps fading into the distance on the opposite side,
우리도 슬슬 이동할
we should get moving too.
여기 있는 맡은 군
Although I think just mine and my sister.
복구하는 정도는 아무 문제가
Oh my
없을 것
God.
같긴 하지만 말이야.
Sorry about that.
전력 시설의
There seems to be a lack of proper structure in the generation and distribution of electricity here.
이러한 통제
It's
불능을
regrettably that the facility lacks a backup
백업
mechanism
장치 설치를
to
했어야 한다는
handle
부담스러운
unforeseen
의견이
emergencies of that
설
sort.
수밖에 없습니다.
Hello. Hi there.
내가 건물의
It's the
설계까지
process of my
도맡을 만큼
responsibilities.
한가하지는
It's
않았어서
only natural
말이야.
that I would have been too busy
하지만
to
실험실의
be
구조만
responsible for
독립적으로
the
놓고
facility
보자면
design. However, when viewed independently, the structure of the laboratory itself is.
고작 이런 일로
But that's
울상이지
not over to search right from the matter, young Heathcliff.
맞아요.
She's right. The three of us together will be able to overcome whatever obstacle that gets in the way. Probably. Voices of Hohenheim and the other sinners also slipped further away into the background. Should we get a move on too? Let us know if you sense the golden bell, Manager Bud. Okay. The two smokers of the group ended up in the same chamber. What are the odds? I'll never know how the others managed to pull through these working conditions without taking a puff.
비운 시절은
There was a
있었다.
time I wanted to
지속할
quit,
이유를
but I could not find any
찾지
reason to maintain the
못하였어.
habits. Oh, there was? What did you smoke?
담배라고 지칭될
I
수
think
있는
I failed to understand
대부분.
the category of cigarettes.
난
After a whole year
이런
of watching you walk
다른 생활
on the line,
스타일만 하다지 뭐야.
right you as one of the hell of a straight-laced fella.
필요하다면
I partook in both
통상적인
categories of
올바른,
activities,
올바르지
those
않은
generally accepted as
가리지
right,
않고 있어.
those accepted as wrong.
나는 부인의 시절에
And in my time among the old
동료들의
nine
권유로
lectures, I once had an opportunity to engage in a few of hits of the substance at the behest of my followers.
그게 처음이자
There was
마지막이었어.
the one and only time everyone burst into laughter, though I found no enjoyment in smoking itself. That's always the case for the first timers. Must be pretty intense, huh?
류슈양은
What about you, Mr. Yoshi? What did you the first time
권력을
smoking
이용하기
cigarettes?
시작했는가?
I have a pair of eyes to Ryoshi's face, but she didn't bother telling her story, nor did she reveal any signs of unease or anxiety. When we saw her face with exhilaration, thrill, and as strange as it may seem, a fear chilling to the marrows,
글쎄,
beats me.
어렸을 때부터 보고
Surrounded by
자란 게
cigarette smoke
그것뿐이야.
ever since I was a brat. Would have kissed it anyway. Is he playing through part 1? How are you lucky score? Yeah, part 1's pretty fine right now. It's your this time, isn't it?
맞지?
그래.
Yeah, so
너무
damn obvious that it makes
노골적이어서
me scoff.
비웃음이 날 정도지.
어떤가?
How do you feel, Mr. Yoshi?
과거를 마주해야
With faced with the past that stands before you.
당연히
Simple,
즐겁다.
it's exciting,
기다린
contemplating
보람이
finding
있어.
paid off. I noticed you haven't smoked one once since this whole thing began, Limbus.
그래.
Right.
미리부터
Hard to get used to staying off it. Moving on back to the transporter truck.
붉은
Okay,
시선.
never thought you of all people could have.
당신에게만큼은 없을 줄 알았는데. 우습지 않아?
Funny, isn't it?
이
The mighty and powerful
보잘것없는
Red Case lifts this
짐덩어리
sturdy ton of bundle of
하나
liability from his clutch.
천하의
Suddenly
붉은
just get to even
시선이
swing his sword right.
제대로 검 한번 휘둘러보지 못. 그래도 이해하지
Not that I
못하는
don't
거 아니야.
understand to have an unwanted burden you can't even push aside or
죽일
kill off.
수도 없는
Self to your
것이지.
care. I know what it's like all too well.
원치 아니.
Well, I suppose I did want the little thing back then, but I never expected it to be such a
원했던 건
nuisance.
맞지만 그딴 루치오가
Lucia's been
조사해온
digging
거는
around and looks like you don't have any
딱히
connections
이거랑 아무
whatsoever to
관계도
this
아닌
half-pin
나만인
here.
것 같던데.
Could it be you got a specific use for her?
혹시 이게 필요한 이유가
Well, that is
되는
pretty
건가?
unsevere. Okay.
목적 때문에 이러지.
Explain that you need her for something. Explains why you're letting that deadweight tag along.
가지고 다니는 걸 보면 우리 티켓이나
Perhaps she's like my
저기
ticket
있는
or textbook over
교본처럼
there. Pain in the ass, she'd much rather kill off.
죽여버리고 싶어.
Well, can't because she needed to make the
다른
future you
이들을
thought.
위해서
Long
어쩔 수
palm
없이
poetry.
주는 건가?
Ah. We
우리
sure
꽤
have a lot in common,
공통점이 많나 봐.
don't we?
응?
You. Whoa! Well, hot damn, Virgilius. I gotta say, did not expect you to say that. I probably should do that on stream. Yeah, I probably should not have done that on stream. Oh well.
그렇게 쓸데없는 말을 계속 짓거리며 도발하는
Something
이유는 알고 있다.
I know why you're provoking me with that pointless trembling.
그것들이
Your
본사에서
friends are out on the
쏘아올린
mission.
임무.
You're making sure I don't get in their
작전이
way, so you get
완수되었다는
the all
신호가 오기
you get the all
전까지
clear.
내 발을 묶어두지.
However, just because my
내
soul isn't
감히
cleaving
이놈의
across
목에
your throat,
닿지 않고 있다고 해. 네가
doesn't mean I
데리고
won't collect your
다니는
little
이
lackey set.
애송이의 목까지 안전있지 않았으면
Keep that in
좋겠고.
mind.
재밌겠네.
Should be interesting to you.
한번 해봐. 내가 우리 티켓을
Curious to see
위해
how long the
만든
textbooks I
교본이
picked to describe them for my ticket.
특색에게서
Unless it
얼마나
gets color
바뀔
fixed
수
through, aren't you?
있는지.
Did not know Vigilius was like that. Did not know Vigilius was like that, to be honest. Oh, I'm finally back to fighting. Oh, yeah, right. Right, I forgot. Which one seems more powerful? Which one seems better? I don't know. Everything seems to be hard. What's this, 40%? Wow.
채워지지 않을 공허를 남겨주지.
Well, time to hurry with this. You keep running into these mannequins. Are they made by those Nerd Fathers?
그래.
Yes, to be more specific, it's just the ring Nerd Father.
신체파.
Emporism, an art movement that
근육과
utilizes the
뼈,
interaction between
수축과
human
이완을
bones and
이용하는
muscles, the
예술이다.
contraction and
거기에
elongation
큐비즘을
thereof,
조금 끼얹은
with splash of cubist technique, it seems.
고약하고
Nasty.
보이시오.
Nasty indeed. But also very spectacular. I'd put it, it's kind of nice. Look closer. Do you see them?
저것들의 몸에
Writings, carvings of their
글씨가 적혀
bodies.
있는 것소만
Each curses were engraved with a wild scroll of message carved with a blade. It began shuffling at us in a uncanny rhythm, entirely devoid of any semblance of will.
사랑하는
Dearest daughter of ours,
이 곡선을
please pay close attention to the way the line carries.
갈비뼈라는
From wrist we can make blades keener than any sword. From runners we can make bludgeons sturdier than any mace. The third cage has taken this posing a hardy shape of an arc to keep the heart and the lungs from harm.
아름다운 나치형이 되었죠. 이 몸의
Preserve this
아름다운
natural beauty
형체를
of the
유지한
human
채로
corpus. You
몸이
don't have right to
지닌
body to prohibit
태초의
precise
정교한
value.
가치를 망가뜨리지 않은 채로 귀중한 악기를
And that is
다루고
the variance with the act of creation
만들어야
must be
합니다.
handled. Just as you should handle a priceless instrument.
만져보세요.
Touch it, if you will. Do your
근육과
fingertips feel
힘줄의
the
결을 따라
of a blade along the
살이
grains of
접히지 않는
musculature. Its tendons and sinews. Ooh, who's that?
가장 살고 싶어 했던
The ones of
놈의
this one,
뼈가
Yoshi
가장
hide.
죽이기 좋은
The ones of this one
칼이었군.
must death for life. What kind of blade best fits your weapons?
그렇죠. 요시히데라
Indeed it
이
has, hasn't it?
진가를
I
알아차릴
knew from the
줄
fineness of my
알았어.
heart that you could appreciate the true value of this piece, Yoshi hide.
그 어떤
I
것보다
had to put into this
정성을
place I have
기울여서
so beginning
이 아이를 만들고
painstakingly
있었다.
birthed into the world is greater than any
조금이라도
of any
균형이 안
other work
맞는
of mine.
뼈를
The
가지고
smallest fraction
있으면
of imbalance could instantly render it
소용이
useless.
없거든요.
Once this piece complete, dearest Yoshi hide,
마침내
I would like for you to
완성되면
wield it.
요시히데를
Give me a second.
써주세요.
Sorry. That was my bad.
그러지.
I will.
그렇게나 노래
I forgot to
부르던
finish
그
that precious
작품
piece he always rambled about. Did he?
결국 완성.
Roshi muttered to herself. Well, time to fight these little things. I don't know what to call them.
뭐시여? 대가리에 총 맞았냐?
Okay.
왜 느자고 없이 쪼개고 있을까?
I don't say that. You're very disgusting.
그대는 어디까지 각오했을지.
Very disgusting, but also very pleasant.
전시 코스 작동.
54.
조준. 멈춰.
확 식어버리구만.
That is gotta say.
싸울 생각도
This
없는
is
놈한테
really nice to see.
필승이 하기는
Oh, come.
하다마는
I hate when salt does this.
임상시험소.
See,
그런 걸 보면 뭘 써야 하는지 딱 느낌이 오잖아.
take that long. Seriously?
하고들 시간이야. 잔 후에
Nice.
괜히
+1. There we go.
태어난 곳으로 돌아가라.
Not too bad. Pretty bad at this, I gotta say. There we go.
마비 교환.
Let's go stuffing. Time to just close the wrong relationship.
어디 시험해 보지.
There we go.
앞으로 하나. 이제
That's okay.
방심해.
There we go.
대선탑 절침탄 트랜지션
And there we go.
임상시험 성공.
매뉴얼을 만들어두길
Oh,
잘했네.
let's go check.
그렇게만
April
해.
April Fools.
끔찍한 일이 벌어지기 전에 제압했네. 잘했어 관리자님.
I'm not gonna say that. I don't care. April Fool's skibbity toilet tongue triple T in this bitch. What the fuck? I'm just gonna ignore that.
그대는 어디까지 가고
이중적 완. 조준이 필요 없지.
Pretty much skipping almost everything.
태어난 곳으로 돌아가라. 살고자 하는
please.
모든 것들과 함께 무덤으로 돌아가라.
신경품에서 다방하겠어.
And there we go.
멀쩡한
Just give us all the red coins. There we go. Go down. Go down. And let's go to the fast one.
종료. 딸아이도 이 상처를 기억하고 있으면 좋겠구려.
이번에도
that's
멋지게
fast.
해냈네. 엔젤라님에게 잔뜩 칭찬을
빨리
들었겠어.
좀 하지 그랬냐?
당신의 노고는 이곳을 좀 더 멋지게 바꾸는데 일조할 거예요. 같은 그럴듯해 보이지만
완벽하게 수행되었지 않은가. 하지만 아직 기약은 없구려. 그렇다면 여전히 아무것도 인간.
What is this? Very interesting on that side. I need a new Heathcliff ID. Should I gamble? Should I risk it and gamble? Should I risk it and just like try and get the new Heathcliff ID? Should I just wait and shard? No, wait, I'm trying to shard for something else. And unfortunately, like I can't anywhere with the shards right now, since yeah, I'm kind of locked up behind that.
오늘따라 별이 박수.
I don't want to gamble for a pro right now, but I don't really want to either. It's a bit of a hard choice on my end. I don't have that much egos either. And I don't feel like...
Let me out! Let me out! I don't want to be here! Let me out! Let me out!
to send the other. We need to send the other contacts. Okay, why not? Got nothing else to lose. But if I do lose it, then I'll just get it back later. Yeah, just like that. What just happened? Well, isn't that just a bummer? Oh well. Oh, my game froze. That's great. I can't do anything about it. Yeah, splendid. Oh, there it goes. Oh, give me a second, will ya? I gotta restart this little thing.
Limbus Company. 오늘따라 별이 박소.
Sorry about that, I got it to work. Anyways, where was I? Right.
제한 명령 지역으로 이동.
Just gotta hurry up with this thing. Won't take long. Just yeah, it won't take long.
어디 시험해보지.
Just gotta hurry with this.
해상 파괴, 철침탄, 트랜지션, 확산, 임상 시험 성공.
보면 뭘 써야 하는지 딱 느낌이 오잖아요. 에?
Time to go with this.
그대는 어디까지 가고 있을지.
태어난 곳으로 돌아가.
조준은 필요 없지.
Got nothing to do in the meantime, so I might as well do something. Should this be enough? Who knows?
사고될
All I know
시간.
is I'm win-win.
전무에
Not win-win.
조준은 필요 없지.
Well, only in important
빨리 좀 하지
battles.
그랬냐?
Anything else, fine. don't be like me.
딸아이도 이 상처를 기억하고
that's
있으면
nice.
좋겠구려.
여기까지 와서 망설일 생각은 하지 않았으면 좋겠어. 사람을
Gotta
죽이고
hurry
싶지
up, though.
않았다면 너희도 세피라들도 처음부터 거리를 하지 말았어야 해.
의지만 있다면
You almost just played one. Okay.
그에게
There we go.
받았으니
Should take a little bit of time.
섭제
살고자 하는 모든 것들과
Okay, 30 petals down the drain.
무덤으로 돌아가라. 매뉴얼을 만들어두길 잘했네. 그렇기만 해.
Ooh. Well, that's a bummer. That's also a bummer. And that's good. That's good. But she missed.
이중 경관
And
조준이 필요 없지.
shotguns,
Bobby
stagger.
지원하지.
이런 제압은 회사에겐 효율적일지는 몰라도 직원들의 희생이 항상 뒤따르는 법이지. 그 희생을 값싼 대가로
Just gotta
여기는 게
hurry up with
아니에요.
this.
항상 제압에 너무 집착하지는 마.
Is that a reference to
이곳의
referencing?
목적이 그런 게 아니야. 관리자는
대상 철침탄
세상스럽지만 꽤 괜찮아. 제법이야.
하나 이게 심장이
제압 계획의 굉장히 큰거 아니야. 적당히 쉬엄쉬엄 해도 괜찮은데.
지리멸렬
지원하지.
Why isn't that such? Why isn't that just splendid?
어디?
하루의 시험해 보지.
Well, time to hurry up.
말 안 해도
받았어. 파도가 밀려드는 거야.
Nice.
이번에도 잘해줬어. 유익한 책이 또 하나 늘었네. 도시에는 내가 모르는 것들이 많아. 이렇게
There we
하나씩
go.
알아가다 보면
완벽하게 수행되었지 않은가.
Ooh, leveled up.
하지만
Just
아직
like that, but
기회가
oh well.
오려. 그렇다면 여전히 난 아무것도.
정면
This
엘리베이터가
elevator up
작동하고
here is
있다.
operational. I can see the light of the elevator beyond the locked door, down door. The power has returned to the elevators.
호에나 임군이
Everyone in the haunted
통제실에
part has arrived at the
성공적으로
facility
도착했나
in Belgium.
보구려.
Then. Once the elevator doors open, LCA agents began pouring to this facility in order. As they really began hacking and shooting down anything that got in their way, there wasn't the slightest hesitation in their movements, as though it drilled into them over countless years. Right from the way, they never failed to deliver killing blow to any target that has so much as twitch, even when it finally already managed to make it beyond recognition. That's how they were seasoned veterans with years of combat experience. I began to grow certain that these fighters could brush aside any obstacle with face with ease.
LCA 특작팀이라 했나?
LCA Special Unit,
역시 제압에는
Secret Operations
명성이
Unit. What is they sure know how to clear a room. Testing, coming. Hey, give me that. Oi, you alright, man?
아이 깜짝이야.
Hi. What the heck?
아니
Don't
조용
shout
말해도
the
잘
mic.
들리니까 소리는 지르지 말자고
Just
이스크리프 씨.
I apologize. My assistant's temper leans on the more impatient side. Senator Otis, after arriving at the facility management, he opened his open to hardware last year. Video feeds quality were it's possibly designed, but no LCA has arrived at the sector.
그래.
Can't confirm this on the Senate as well. We have visual on the LCA units past the locked on the shutters. No, but all I managed to do so far is to remove one security wall in the hat. Has nothing to do with throwing the tunnel elevators leading to the other departments.
그렇다면 이제
Whichever
부상자를
may be the
안전한
case,
곳으로
does mean
올려보낼
that
수
the
있는
wounded can
것인가?
now be transported to safety. Not quite. While they managed to send the LCA down here via the unknown means, the entire facility has to be restored in order to return upstairs. It is indeed a relief, however, it seems that the agents have been deployed to each sector. They should be able to secure the rest of the survivors. Now, I've never been one to be interested in the cannibal family, particularly those without even intentional relation to its research. I've heard that they're rather fundamental and can't be forced even by the standards of the city as a whole.
정면.
Eyes forward. Lights flickered. The LCA agents who were advancing while covering the squad and simultaneously failed to deploy without so much as a scream. Like a broken lamp, the light past the security wall continued to flicker. Between each flicker of the malfunctioning light, the outline of the intruder's weapon seemed to shift to a different shape. At first, the shadow stretched to the sharp tip of a pick. Then, after several more flickers, it took on the familiar outline of an axe, very much resembling Raja's own. Judging by their appearance and gear, it is likely that they are LCA's representative specialized unit. Most likely in the same vein as the team that arrived in Monolith for Chief of Mission.
아니,
Recounting or not, how did the intruder manage to wipe out such a well-trained team all on his own?
코의 나인관 듣고
What a time to
있는가?
hear us.
절대 복도 나가지 마시게.
Actually, skip that one. These funny little enemies, the ones like the mirror world, that is power, yes. Why not that way? I just want to LCA you to sit down here abnormality. It's quite impressive condition. To express such a tricky entity fascinating. This calls for an additional comment on his operational log.
이쪽으로 파견된 LCA 지원
LCA
병력은
reinforcement to our sector. They're all dead. What? With this battle fought in an open field, even the LCA's remarkable team alone would have suffered quest to avoid defeat. However,
거미줄에
this
걸려있다는
happens
사실을
to prey
잊으면
who forget
적골이
they've been
나지.
snared in the spider's web.
저들은
They'll
자신들이
never fly
지극히
on either
유리한
route,
것으로
always drawing the
먹잇감을
pain to location
끌어들인다.
where they have the absolute advantage. They would have lost in their field, you say.
가정조차
It's
의미가
really to
없다.
speculate over what will happen.
봐라.
Look, it's very
먹잇감이
sure their
자신이
demise by
가장
walking to
잘
this hunting
사냥할
ground.
수 있는
What Alyssa had described earlier was becoming more and more apparent to us. Unlocks participant gates. The man, after having slaughtered dozens of LCAs, turned around to face us. His sharp dress shoes lazily clapping against the floor. He seemed to have been aware of our presence from the get-go. The light danced across the glossy surface of his white mask. He returned to smile in response to Yoshi's furious wrath. And his lips part soundlessly mouthing in a sentence word by word. Hi, sweetheart. How did your reviews go? Hi, sweetheart. How did your training go?
똑같아.
Same
지루해.
old, dull and boring.
아빠, 팔에 상처가 났는데
Yeah, that wound on your arm.
직접 입힌 거야?
Did you do that to yourself?
아, 맞아. 나이프로 내 팔을 관통시키면서 상대를 38번 찔러야 했거든.
Ah, yes, I had to stab my opponent with a knife 38 times with my own arm.
20번째부터는
The
정말
20th stab where
아프더구나.
it really began to hurt.
그거 알았다?
They said that the pain of burning hurts at least 100 times worse than the pain of getting stabbed. Did you know that?
그러니 누군가를
So when you have to take care
처리해야
of someone, I hope you won't
불은 사용하지 마.
sorry.
그들이 고통에
Unless their death be slow
몸부림치면서
and the
너만을
mind
저주하며
of Christian
지옥으로 떨어질
on
텐데
their long descent to hell.
적어도 마지막엔
It was had to watch their lives
그들에게서
flash before
나은
their eyes and
주마등을
relate in
남겨줘야 하지
peace.
않겠니?
알았어.
Okay,
가까이 와보렴.
come closer.
얼굴에
You got a
긁힌
scratch on your
상처가
cheek.
있구나. 발렌티나의
Happened during
수업중에 생긴
Valentina's class,
거겠지.
didn't it? However, it's simply
그는
too
너무
violent.
과격해.
It's the kind of teacher who uses the number
상처의
of scars
개수가
as a
곧
measure of training
훈련의
intensity
척도와 비례한다고
effectiveness.
생각하는 자야. 흉이 안 지게
Let's look good.
잘
Let's take care of that wound so it doesn't scar. Okay.
그러던가.
Whatever.
아니 방금
What
LCO의
else he has to
무전대로랍니다.
us through the trip? Because
관리자님께서
the
위험...
manager's in danger.
오티스,
He doesn't
저도
just scan
걱정은
you on the
되는데요.
spot.
당장 우리
We're
쪽도
not exactly out of the woods
만만치
yet
않은
either.
상황인 것 같아. 그건
The security cameras
복구된
feeds are working
CCTV
again.
화면인가? 네.
Yeah, look,
이
put
앞을
it right
비추고 있어.
in front of our door. What?
근데 자네도 와서 보게.
Come see.
내
If my
기억이
memory fails me
틀리지
not, then
않다면
this man's tire suggests
기억
here.
시간.
It's the middle. I
저쪽에서
guess we
전멸당했다는
now
사람들.
know what happened to Elsie and the other sector. Yeesh.
이건
It's
거의
practically
죽이다
tearing
못해
people apart.
사람을 부서뜨리고 있는데? 뭐라고 자꾸 큰
Is she
소리로
shouting
떠드는 것
something? I
같기도
can't quite hear
하고.
what he's saying through the feed.
요시히데,
Yoshihide.
요시히데.
He's shouting Yoshihide
계속
repeatedly
외치고
so.
있군. 그리고
As he feels the silence
웃고도
between
있어.
them with a boisterous guffaw.
입을 크게
The face split
벌리고
into a wide grin,
몸까지
body convulsing
들썩이며
with laughter at what joy does man I
무엇이
find in
그리도
this
즐거운 것인지.
carnage.
지금
It's
사람이
entirely
저만큼
painful
날아간
kick.
거야?
Flung the guy all the way to the other side of the hallway.
선명한 화면은 아니지만 다리는 의체일까?
If it's just clear, do you think he's got a prosthetic leg?
아닌가?
Maybe
강화
not.
문신을
There's
몸이
a leg
전부
covered
뒤덮일
completely
때까지
in
받으면
augmentation.
저런 모양이 될
Tattoos
수도
could
있을
look
것
something
같고.
like that.
아,
Ah,
우리
are
아빠
you looking at
공발바닥
Papa's
보고
mighty bear
있구나?
claw?
응? 누구야?
Who the heck are you?
나?
Who am I?
나는
Hi,
키라라고
I'm
해.
Kira. Covered approach and better positions. Oh, you guys got it wrong.
너희 우리
Watch my
아빠
papa
보고 있는
work,
거
aren't you?
아니야? 방해 안 할 거야.
Do I be
싸우지도
okay?
않을 거고.
I'm not gonna pick a fight with you guys.
그런 중요한 일을 하는
I'll
거라면
just hang
내가
around here while you guys
대접해줘야지.
get important stuff done.
맞아, 감사해.
Carry on and watch them work.
아빠,
Your papa? That guy is
저
your dad?
사람이? 어, 맞아.
Uh-huh.
진짜
Isn't he like
요란하게
super
멋지지?
badass?
너네 방금
Yo,
봤어?
did you guys see that?
저
Gosh,
기술
it
있잖아.
takes straight up
완전
fire.
간지인 것 같지 않아? 어?
So,
나도
I've been
따라하려고
trying to
하는데 잘안
imitate that myself,
된다니까.
but it's not the same, you know?
어떻게 저런
How's he
강속구로
doing that?
또
Totally
끝까지
folded that guy
쳐박히게
up
하지?
and tossed him like a baseball all the way to the other end of the hallway.
학살을
Treat the
마치
massacre as
물이나
no
경기
different
따위로
from a game
취급하는가.
of sports.
불쾌하기 크지 않는
Contemplate Scouts
무대배로군.
remake.
아,
Oh, so you're into that?
너
So you're
그런
into that
쪽이야?
character, huh? Sick.
재밌다. 나도 좋아해.
I'm a huge fan of him
일주일
too.
전에
Did you
나왔던
read the latest
빗줄기 속
issue of
검객
the
첼시아에
𝓒𝓪𝓷
등장하는 캐릭터가
Blaze?
그런 말투 쓰잖아.
There's this new character
비
who just
엄청
talks
오는데
stuff like Andy.
싹
I think his
들이치면서
bamboo hat, he goes,
뭐야?
you don't
너도
know?
모르는 거야? 그
You
작품?
don't know Cloudburst Blade?
주위에
man,
계속
I've been
추천하는
trying-
중인데
I am not
아무도
reading all
공부를
that.
안 해. 한 놈은 맨날 훈련만 해대고 한 놈은 지 거미랑만 조잘거리고 한 놈은 자꾸 혼자 싸돌아다니고 나머지 하나는 뭐라는 줄 알아? 논리적으로 말이 안 되는 게 너무 많대. 그게 제대로 된 감상이냐고. 왜 만화책에 그런 걸 따져? 아무튼 그거 본
Anywho,
사람 있으면
who-
손들어 볼래?
Has anyone here actually read the Cloudburst Blade?
4시간만
If you
같이
did,
떠들어주라.
well, if I may have, but no, 4 hours of your time, good sir.
그만.
Enough.
가짜는 헛소리로
Now you can
구실해줄
shrug off
정도.
your nonsensical pride and think again.
아까부터
Oh, just
화면에
think-
잡히는 게
I don't
없어.
think I see the little force on the
오티스,
feed anymore if she's
저 사람이 자기가
person
말한
that-
대로
Alright, get out. What are you doing all the way out here?
근처에서
Haven't I
놀고
asked you to not wander
뭐 이렇게 멀리
too
왔어?
far?
톨게.
Drat.
무전부터 들어오지 않는
No
거.
more transmissions. They've gone silent.
이보게 이
Let me
설문
smell. Windows not respond.
느낌이 좋지 않네.
That's right. We don't have the management with us.
관리자님도 떨어져 있는 상황에서
아무래도 시설 복구를
Yes, make haste and
해야겠네.
restore the facility to
차단벽
operational
제어권만
capacity.
들어온다면
Soon we
서로
attain the
강력하게
access to the
이용하지.
security
마침 이
controls.
근처에도
As
소실된
luck would have it,
경우가
we should be able to locate one of those last pieces.
바로 이 방에.
Secretary in this room.
이것은
It remains the ring has
약지
made its
제조건이
mark here.
지나간 흔적이.
Oh,
야,
don't force yourself to look so
그렇게
hard at them.
아니,
아니,
No,
역겨움이라는
disgusting
감정은
emotion
내게 큰 영향을
has
주지
very little
못해.
sway over me.
다만
Just that
팀장님,
boss.
일일이 누구의 얼굴인지
Don't look at their faces. Then try to tell who's who. Right.
그래.
I lost my focus for a moment
무심코
there.
한 눈을 팔았군. 계속하지.
Let us carry on.
뭐, 할 말이라도 있나?
What? Is there anything you wish to say to me?
드물게도 하우스트
This is
역시
highly irregular. It seems
호인하임의
the
말에
boss also
동의하고
expresses
있다는
agreement
생각이
with
드는군요.
뭘?
Agree with what?
이럴수록
That we must restore the
빠르게
facility
시설을 복구시켜야
as
한다는
much
것은
as we
말입니다.
can. He got that right. I don't know. Jeez, how long is this kanto? No, I definitely know it's gonna be longer than something else. Was it gonna? Oh, you're right. It's definitely gonna be longer than
이번에 읽어줄 동화책은
Council 4.
이것으로.
Leaving behind the perpetrator of the carnage, greeting Yoshu on the other side of the security hall. We had no other choice but to make our way toward the lab.
요슈야,
It's Yoshu. Perhaps this question in
사파기시는
mind is
물음이라면
one you might not wish to grace with.
빌겨보려도
Answer.
괜찮네.
And if it is, indeed is, do free to let it fall past.
아비란 자들 보내.
What if you connected to the
어떤
so-called Ghost Fathers?
사이입니다. 단순히
Relationship
그대와
with
악연으로
them
물든 인연이라
does not seem to be viewed a mere bad blood.
방금 전 그대의 표정은 조금 미묘해서 말이오.
And the change in your countenance I sensed flashed as something almost imperceptible. I haven't put all the pieces together just yet, but they were Nest fathers. Fathers who forged the sword that I am. Oh, isn't that great? Okay.
저 활활 타는 마음도 오래 가진 못할 거야.
Okay. Boom. Boom.
식기
boom.
전까진 열성적으로 해보는 것도
Yeah,
괜찮아.
go for sure line. I stand corrected. Do not go for straight line.
작동.
Not that much.
무멈춤.
확 식어버리구만.
Okay.
싸울 생각도 없는 놈한테 그대는 뭐 재미가 없는.
Favorite. Love it.
이런 게 하긴
어디?
나만 무시하는 거지.
I swear, every time I clash with Mercer, he always loses for no reason, even when it's good. I gotta get a new Mercer if he keeps doing this, man.
생제. 아비 교환.
곤란하네. 나는 어떤 사람과도 잘 지낼 자신이 있지만
I'm gonna have to.
관리자님은 예외고. 관리자님과 희희낙락하면서 지내는 건 내게도 버겁다.
어디? 시험해보지.
And got him down.
태어난
1, 2, and 3.
징계팀에서 다했는데 멀쩡한 장비가 남아있었나 봐.
Alright, just get rid of the staggered.
놀랐네.
Oh, that's nice.
몇 차서 손댈 뻔했잖아. 이만 칠 줄 알았으면 빨리 좀 하지 그랬냐?
어디? 시험해보지. 이제 완료.
Parsley. Ooh. Nice.
방심해.
Oh, all that. Oh, let's just hurry with it. Oh my god.
임상시험 성공.
그러지. 진작에 가다. 별로 어려운
No heads, so that's perfect. Oh well, just let it end already.
사고될
지는
시간이다.
게 좋을 거야.
자, 왜?
Speed up the process.
재밌네. 난 너희가 좀 더 어설플 거라고 생각했거든.
지원하지.
Won't take that long.
길쭉이지만 대상탁이
My daughter, come back to me. Come back home. See you're on your way.
임상시험
Hi there.
꽤 괜찮네. 제법이야.
It's nice to see you, good father.
살고자 하는 모든 것들과
Alright,
무덤으로 돌아가라.
that's nice.
속속.
My daughter, come back home. Though I see you on your way.
그게 그대의 선명한 슬픈 눈빛 험조구려 슬픈 눈빛 험조구려
Almost there. Almost there.
이걸로
But I
지금의
think
목숨이
it's this.
조금이나마 더 연장되었으면
있다면
여기서 만족하고 아무도 하지 않을 거란 소리지.
Just hurry up.
이번에도 잘해줬어. 유익한 책이 또 하나 늘었네.
Fast.
도시에는 내가 모르는 것들이 많아. 이렇게 하나씩 알아가다 보면 언젠간
완벽하게 수행되었지 않은가. 하지만
Oh, finally.
아직 기약은 없구려.
So every 17 levels, I get one. It's gonna be a long one today, isn't it?
인가. 이번에 읽어줄 동화책은
Gonna be a long stream.
이것으로.
No, not a long stream, more like a long
다 온
series.
것 같군, 실험실.
Wait, what was I doing? Oh yeah. Looks like we're here. It's the lab.
LCD나 LC
LCD and LC haven't reached out again since the last transmission.
좋지 않은
I can only hope that no
아무튼
source will be filled
바라오라.
up.
관리자.
Hey, Manager Bud, you pick up on anything? Maybe new gun bows?
저들이 혹시 먼저
Those
가져가려고
people
했다면
got to it before us. Not yet. I don't think they did. They're still in there.
그래.
Is that right? I guess you should be glad we still have a chance. Gerbil mumbled on a gloomy tone. Hohenheim will be relieved to hear this. Stepped into the lab, the lights were off, it was completely dark inside. The assailants were indeed after the Gonobus, what could they possibly want with it? I was deep engrossed in my thoughts when I noticed Ryoshu had stopped at the tracks. Ryoshu?
이 앞에 나딕다 못해 지긋지긋한 향이 나고 있다.
The scent's coming up from ahead, sickeningly familiar one. Even in the glowing darkness of the unit lab, Rosa seemed to notice something out of her place.
냄새라고 해봤자
Smell
묘사실
something?
담배
I
냄새
don't
말고
smell anything other than your cigarette.
좋네.
Oh yeah, you're not smoking for a hot
Permission.
minute. Only silence welcome to lab. We couldn't hear anything, any breathing, but it was without a doubt the stink of cigarettes and a chilling but its sense of dread we can't exactly put on a finger yet.
그곳에서 나올
When I left that place,
나는
I
누군가
remember feeling a strong contempt for someone. It had to have been. Who just started muttering as though she was regretted by the chiller. I noticed she wasn't speaking to me, though it seemed as though she was waiting through a bog of mutilated memories to cling to her emotions at that moment. To whose star, you? Like you've wanted to make me suffer to the bitter end, haven't you? What audacity. You think I'm the one making you suffer, Yoshihide. You do realize you're the only one, you've always been the one Asako in my life, aren't you, don't you? This is the only way for us to get even. Yoshihide, it never stops. Sound of the fetter around my feet, thrusted and heavy. How it clinks and rattles. In the vision of the past, Ryoshi raises her sword in the agonizing slow motion. Unsheathing the blade that we never had seen revealed before. White blade with such unfeeling purity, even a trace of mercy beneath its pale edge. In a split second, I was blinded by the glint of the blade. Ryoshi clutched the head of the figure's jaw in a grip. But then, without a motion, she drove blinding a blight sword into the figure's heart. Ooh! I gotta say, that's a very nice one. Ryoshi pulled the sword out in a single motion. The figure coughed off a thick blob of blood and a piece of her sliced tongue. She was a certain one. But she spat out more than just a bloody chunks of flesh. A few hackets out of her mouth. The triumphant laughter of one who just seized the victory of one's life. With a deep, ragged breath, Ryoshi let the sword fall from her grip. She stood rooted in the spot, staring at the flying figure with a look of pure confusion. ISOTEITA. Insidious stench of the past in the air. And right now, right before Ryoshi's eyes, a vivid presence from the memories of the past came to life, in the form of a white silhouette. And slowly brushing the lips beyond which no tongue laid, as to remember with the absence of the organ that Ryoshi had sincerely cut out and mercilessly cut off. Like a lone watchman who had been keeping vigil, awaiting for our arrival. The mouth that lost its tongue faced Ryoshi without an opening even once. But I think I heard a whisper of a hollow sigh escaping between her lips. Because of my 5 fathers, I had to leave behind the most single important thing in this world. And that is why I must take it back. So happy to see you again, Ryoshu. I mean it. Such were the words my master bade me to play. Limbus Company. As my master, expect not from my insignificant self. I am but a blade rusting amidst the quiet turn of nature, doomed to ever endure the dullness of today and the emptiness of tomorrows. Enduring owing to the pursuit of the spider's thread. Once again, granted a chance to carry out my master's will. Another talker, his off. As the apprentice protest, Ryoshi's father slowly stepped away. Toward where the container was nestled, emanating golden glow. Glow. Preparations are complete. I trust you have you not forgotten the plan. When the next letter had left, a figure clad in steel armor entered. What the? The remnant looks a little too crude to be a piece of gear imbued with advanced technology. I'm running out of breath here. Looks akin to the torture device we had previously seen in the basement of Sinclair's home. It had no flesh, no blood, no bones to show, and a fight. For an artwork meant for my eyes, its aesthetics are lacking class. Keep your mouth shut even in a moment like this. Being not teachy, there's no beauty to be found. I want him here. Where's the ring, father? The honor figure answered Ryoshi's question. With a swing of the huge sword, we need to take out this quick and track down the golden bow. Let's fend them all off. You're starting to pick up the rudiments of aesthetics clock. Watch as I demonstrate the meaning of A-O-S. Okay, I guess I'm gonna fight the boss. Not what I wanted to, but oh well. Oh. Yeah, it doesn't seem that bad. Ah, it's a shield. Close. Not too bad. Gotta speed up the process.
무어문주.
이번에는 재미 좀.
Oh well.
다들 저 생각이 있으면 허접한 것들을 갖다 내진 않았겠지.
Why don't you tough one?
사고될 시간이다. 잔후회.
And there we go. And it never hits the heads. That's why I don't like this morsel that much. Gross. Not too bad.
돌아가라.
There we go. What a way.
이제 그것은 그 짝에 갖다 써야지. 별로 어려울 것도 없잖아.
Almost there. There we go. Well, that's good enough. And let's hurry this up. Oh, isn't that nice?
펜.
Open 7-6.
억눌린 근원의 힘이
Oh,
곧
see
그대로
that.
되어올 거야. 아무래도 도박 같은 운명에 몸을 내맡길 준비를 해야 할 것 같아, 관리자님.
사고될 시간이다. 잔후회.
Go.
태어난 곳으로 돌아가라.
And just hurry this up. Almost close. Almost close enough. Doesn't do that much damage. But you kind of suck more salt.
지원하지. 클리프트
That's
억지력을
right, we really forget about that.
내가 말했지. 복지팀은 나름대로 바쁜 부서라고. 필줄 의지만 있다면.
And hurry up.
너희
Oh,
보조사들은
there's the other one.
나와 다를 바 없을 거야. 그 사람의 계획에 한껏 이용당하고 결국 버려진
Alright.
신세는 나는 살고 싶어.
Not you, tough.
너희도 마찬가지일 테고. 그러니 협력해줬으면 해. 단 하나의 책을 찾을 수 있도록.
Sorry about that.
필줄 의지만 있다.
And hurry this up.
앞으로 하나.
There's one. There's always one missing. But not for this.
살고자 하는 모든 것들과 함께
There we go.
무덤으로 돌아가라.
Ooh, 3 recruits.
출력형 변경. 노력은 가능하지.
매뉴얼을 만들어두길 잘했네. 그렇게만 해.
Not too bad. It's only fun. It's only not that much.
속삭. 태어난 곳으로 돌아가. 그래도
맞아요.
관리자보단 낫네.
지원하지.
너희는 모르겠지만 처음엔 이것보다 훨씬
there's
끔찍했다.
a pleasantry. Yeah. Sorry about that.
어디 쉬는 거지. 조준이 필요 없지.
I've gotta hurry with the stream.
이제 완료.
Who's on? Why is Jeremiah playing himself? Let's speed this up. Let's speed this up.
지리해야 할.
도시에는
Dude, that's
생성 기술이 많네.
Wow.
본
Not
적도
too bad.
들은 적도 없는 기술이야.
Looks like you're gonna have to deal with a little
그래,
struggle.
로보토미 코퍼레이션에서 꽤 많은 기술을 봤다고 생각했지만 결국 나는 세정 속에 갇힌
그대는
새일뿐이었다.
어디 격정의 마음을 모방하겠어.
It's not like you really win anyway. But I hope you have fun. Now it's time for the final hits.
새로운 종료.
3, 4, 7.
신계팀에서 다 망가뜨리고 멀쩡한 장비가 나와.
Doesn't seem that bad. Yeah, it doesn't seem that bad. Well, I just heard a stagger.
살고자 하는 모든 것들과 함께 무덤으로 돌아가라.
Time for this and this onslaught gonna go on. And done.
나도 이 상처를 기억하고 있으면 좋겠다.
아야, 여기서 그러고 있으면 뭐가지 똑 떨어져야. 저 짝도 힘이 안 된 게 머리를 쓸란 것인 게. 그 시기 안 하면 안
Iron
되지.
Maiden doesn't seem that bad. But I had to do this much worse.
필적인 의지만 있다면
What the?
방심해.
Oh, I probably should have read that passive, shouldn't I? Oh dear, gotta say that is probably a bad problem.
계획에 없는 행동을
From any
삼켜도
deviations from the plan.
소생.
Has I myself self-neglected to impress upon this matter many times?
보여?
See, fast ship has begun to pulsate.
오랜만에 보는
Haven't seen
떨림이야.
Fast trample like this,
사시아에게
trample like
대화
this so
정도는 시켜줄
in a
수
long
있지
while.
않겠니?
Why don't you give her some to
그런
chat?
사사로운 욕망을
Once involves no outward expression of selfish desires.
샷싹을 놓치며
I find that not
달아오르는
only is
살짝을
the
구경만
the
하는
position of the
그런
warning
배를.
fighting flesh while our own heartbeat slows.
사시아는
The line
거슬리니까
isn't to Flesh's liking. Our tenets have tightened.
주인된 자들의
Yet we
뜻에
must learn
따르기
to remain
위해서는
gentle before these common beasts.
이런 흔한
Never
자를
adhere the wills of those
구해주셔야
who
합니다.
are to masses.
마에스트로님의
I've always
영혼
been curious at that master
찾아줄 수
child
있는
forever
아이에게
lost.
늘 정도는 준비해볼
Why
수
not
있지
let
않겠어?
us prepare? Back it.
뜻을
Let's let him
헤아릴
parrot
줄도
that the
모르는
regard for an execution does not her place. Clearly, it is about time her branches are pruned. With that, the man stood in the way and leaped toward the pulsating grotto of flesh. The foot of power struck. It may be our stroke of fortune, but it seems that in the chaos, this presence has slipped our minds. Ah, the Gorba! Feeling a dull pain squeezing through the grooves of my mind, I've turned the spot and saw Ryosha standing there. Her eyes burned hatred and fury glare that would had me both. At the receiving end of the glare, at the veiled figure who had been watching our battle felt the pinkish nerve also simply stood there, meeting Ryoshi's wrathful gaze as she did in the fragmented memories. Then she withdrew into the shadows, then darkness slowly eating away at her shape, before disappearing from my sight. Have you found the Gonobos we must? No. We were too late. I feel the deep dual pain in my head, and a lift as pointed where the post stood. The Gonobos that should have been there were gone. One remained in place, with dozens of cigarette butts, the same kind that Yoshi smoked, piled up like a thick layer of dust. Oh, that took a bit. Gotta say. Took a bit. Anyways, I gotta go. So, sorry, I'm gonna have to end stream today. First, I got some, I don't know what I got. I just got something. Oh well. Well, it's nice seeing you guys, but I had my time. Bye.